Hi, this is Akshat and welcome back to a new video. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can get started with Bifrost, which is the fastest LLM gateway as a Go package. So first of all, I'm in terminal and I'm going to init my Go application. So go mod init Bifrost first tab. Now let's just pull Bifrost core from GitHub. So I'll do that. So that is done. Now let's get back in my Go application project and create main.go file. And let's define package main and import the required dependencies. Now we are going to do some steps, and all of these steps are necessary for the initialization of the Bifrost. So first of all, I'm going to initialize or define the implementation of an account. So account implementation. Then I'm going to get the configured providers. And after that, let's get the keys, the API keys for these providers. Get keys of the providers, which are basically set in my environment. Now for each provider, we need to do the configuration. So config for the providers, and then I'm going to run or define my main function. Great. First of all, let's define the account implementation. Type my account struct. Now let's get the configured providers. So for this video, I'm going to keep it simple and just have one provider, which is OpenAI. In the next upcoming videos, I'll be showing you how you can work with multiple providers also. So over here, as you can see, I've defined get configured providers function, which actually returns me the schema list. And for now, I'm just having one schema, which is for OpenAI. If you want to see which all schemas are supported, you can get inside and you can see which all model providers are supported by Bifrost for now. Now let's get the keys for the providers. So over here, I'm having get keys for provider function, which actually checks if my schema is OpenAI, then this is the schema key for OpenAI. So define the value of your API key, which is set in your environments, get it from there, and define the models that you're going to work with. You can have multiple models. For now, I'm just configuring GPT-4o mini, and then define the weight, and that's it. So this is going to return you the key for this provider. Now for each provider, we need to define the configuration. So let's define that function, get config for provider, which is going to return me schema.provider_config. So if I get inside that, I can see which all configurations I can define. You can define your custom network configuration. You can have meta configuration, concurrency, and buffer size. And for all of these, we are going to go ahead with the default configuration. So if you want to see the default configuration, let's get over here, and you can see the default values. So we have set like default request timeout in seconds 30, and feel free to modify these values as per your requirement. Now first of all, I'm going to initialize Bifrost, and I'm going to get a client. If any error is there, we can just return it. Otherwise, let's do client.cleanup, and then let's define the messages list. So for now, I'm going to go ahead with simple message hello Bifrost, and let's see if our OpenAI model is able to return a response for this message or not. So this is my messages list, which is nothing but a list of schemas.bifrost message, which takes a role, takes a content. And this request is going to be a chat completion request. Bifrost does support streaming request, text completion request, audio request also. But that we're going to see in the upcoming videos. Now using the client, I'm going to call the chat completion request, pass the context.background, and then schemas.bifrost request. Over here, you have to define the provider that you want to use. If you had multiple providers, you can choose the provider you want to go ahead with, define the model and the input. As soon as you get a response, let's just print the AI response for now. So this completes our setup to run Bifrost as a Go package. Let's run it and see if we get the response. But first of all, I need to export the OpenAI API key in my environment. Now I've done that. Now let's just run main.go, and let's see if we get a response back. And you can see there is a AI response. Hello, how can I assist you today? That means Bifrost is working fine. So see you in the next video, where we'll be seeing how you can configure multiple providers with Bifrost. And then we will be seeing how you can define your fallback strategy. Best of luck for your AI journey.